MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as it's just a quick update. Now, you might remember on the SL-8000 video, halfway through, or after I put the carriage on, when you pressed eject stayed down. And I was sort of, I don't remember if that was right or not, and it's not right at all. As soon as the carriage comes up, it pushes in a plastic pin, or moves a plastic pin that way, down there, to basically press stop, as can be shown here. So that won't stay down. If I just put this down a little way, and you might just be able to see that little bit of metal there pushing against the plastic, which moves the plastic stop bar. So only reason I sort of knew what I was looking for is there was a random black piece of plastic floating around, and of course I've since lost that. So what I'll need to do is somehow, well, it's actually not that bad to take apart. Take the front top loading system back off, and I think I can get to this from underneath, or I think I can take it off. But either way, I mean, I might even have enough space to glue something on the end there. But yeah, let's crack on and see if we can get that sorted. And yes, there's the second one, which has an interesting cage on the top, or metal shield. This one, it's not that it's missing, it's just on this one. It's actually on the plastic top, and it's a bit clanky when you're moving it. But yeah, so this one's to come in a future video. We've got a lot more in depth with this one as well. I think this is an older machine as well. So yeah, let's crack on. I have a plan, and the plan is I've already started to drill with a hand bit, a small hole. Managed to get it centralized. The glue was causing me an issue, but I've cleaned it off as best I can, and I've managed to get the hole pretty much slap bang in the center of the plastic for the stop. I've held down the stop button slightly so it does actually go central to this little window, with a cotton wool bud jammed, and then just a bit of tape just to keep it in place so it doesn't slip out. So don't want that. And my cunning plan, I was sort of looking at three alternatives. This is a button out of a destroyed front panel from a C7. This is, I think that's actually a guide sort of cylinder, which is about the same diameter as the button shaft. And then I've got this, which is narrow enough to sort of make it good and solid. But I think what I'm going to go with is this, because this is really close to the original, and it's plastic as well, which, you know, if there is a problem in the future, you want this to break like I broke it, because I was learning and got it wrong putting that top loading mechanism on. Now it is hollow, but that's fine, because I'll be drilling a hole. I'll cut this off, put this in, glue this into the hole, and it should be a good solid repair. Which is the other thing I'm after. I want reliability with that stop at the end of eject. So yeah, I'm going to drill this out. I don't know whether I'm going to show me doing that, because it's going to be a bit of a pain to get a camera in and me in and the drill. I'm using a full-size drill, not a small drill, so it's probably not going to be great, but I might have a go. It'll be fun. So yeah, let's crack on. Right, so here it goes. I think I can do this without knocking you over. we have an hole. Now I think this hole might be just a teeny tiny bit too small. Yes, it is, just a tiny bit. What's this one look like? Yeah, it's a bit small as well. What's the screw like? This might fit. Yeah, it does, sort of. So I wonder if I might do something like that. I don't want to make it any bigger, really. So that's quite big. That's perfect. Yes, I might see. Just that tiny bit too small. Yeah, and I really don't want to be taking any more off because that's going to be just too much. Okay, I'll get my thinking cap on about that one and crack on. Well, I'm a slight victim of having too much stuff and not enough places to store it. I couldn't find a hacksaw anywhere. And yeah, that's a nightmare. So I ended up angle grinding one of these rivets, and it was the smaller one, the thinner one, that seemed to fit the best with a little bit of a gap. So basically angle ground a length just over a centimetre, put some shrink wrap on it. It's infused with glue, so it's good and solid, and left the end bare, pushed it in, used super glue gel. I was going to use Elldite, but super glue gel for speed, and it's solid. I mean, it's absolutely perfect, and does come out the other side. You might just be able to make that out, a little bit of metal showing, but it doesn't foul. You have to be careful because the button, the actual eject button, all of them, they actually have a gap, how they're sort of made, which is fine for anything that sticks too far beyond the actual plastic, but until you get to this end here, it will strike it. So yeah, it can't go too proud out the other side of the actual plastic assembly that's in. So I'm going to put this back together and we'll give it a test. Okay, so let's see if I can get this right this time. So locate's there, and you almost have to put it down as you put it in. I think that should stay. And there is a little bit of alignment with this. It's easy enough to do though, and there are sort of wear marks as well, sort of where these have gone in and being tightened. You can sort of make out where they should go. super. I want to tighten those. Oh yeah, I'll tighten them just a bit, just so the whole thing's not floating about. So that seems to be working. Excellent. So it's got to come up and put this assembly back in, which I believe goes something, a little something like this. On this one, there is a bit of adjustment on there as well. Super. So front panel back on. I'll turn the machine over. So put the bottom cover on. Right, so let's power it on. And eject. Perfect. That's really good. So yeah, I'll give it a test now and see what the picture's like. See if it's still as good as it was when we last worked on it. Let's crack on. Okay, so here we go. Let's fast forward it a bit. I seem to remember this tape is not great. Yeah, it's sort of quite tight in the binder. Could even be one of the dust trap bits of plastic that has just come adrift. I can see a bit of a problem. When I put the top loading system in, I didn't actually get the belt the right side. So let's just do that. And just bring that up. You didn't see any of that. So the belt was underneath, I've just brought it up on top. I think that should be alright now. Maybe. It should be alright. Belt's on there. Oh, it's working now. I wonder what that was all about. How bizarre. Yeah, it's working now. I must have just been caught just snagging somewhere. Yeah, I can see it turning now. Okay, well. See if we get anything out of this. And a bit of a head clog. Well, I certainly do have a heck of a head clog, and it's amazing how mucky the heads were again, considering I've not long cleaned them. I mean, it's had a few tapes through it since, but yeah, quite a head clog going on there. So yeah, I'll let it play for a little bit and then give it another clean, and then hopefully we'll be all good to go. But we just stop it, eject, perfect. So the eject is working as it should, and let's play again. And yeah, so yeah, still got a head clog. Well, mystery solved. There was no problem with those heads at all. This tape is actually recorded with a head clog. So yeah, I just swap the tape over and it's absolutely fine. So yeah, that was a bit crazy. So I'm going to label this up, and I'll do something with this, record something else on it, I suppose. But yeah, so with that, we're all good. It stops. I do like this. I know I've mentioned this before. So if I put this back in and then press play, keep an eye on that. I just think that's so cool. There's actually a linkage that goes right the way through to flick it. I just love the way they use mechanics to do something that very quickly became automatic using electronics. So yeah, really cool. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this one. Bit of a weird one, especially as I'm sort of fixing something I broke, which thankfully doesn't happen too often, he says. So yeah, look forward to seeing you in another video hopefully, and bye for now.